Here it come right now, prepare yourself. Here comes the boom.
Here come the boom. Look who just stepped in the room. Got soldiers in every direction. As long as they steppin' in tune. I been all black with the groom. Watching Babylon fall to doom. Lord, know I'm ready, and I know that you know that her love is deadly, but I am immune. These niggas talking rude to whom? That's a spot, you'll be moving soon, and you'll be leaving shortly. Still walking with them angels, yeah, they still enforcement. Got a whole lot of zeal, I can't get it off me. Plus I'm winning like I got a blue ribbon on me. He ain't one what, bitch, I beg your pardon. See, I knew these niggas like to do that pillow talking, so that's why I bought a Glock to the slumber party. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West, nigga, hush. I don't wanna hear it, keep your tone down. Had a couple complications, but it's on now. So you can kill it, speculation, bitch, I'm thrown down. And if you want a conversation, set his zone down. What he say, I ain't hear him, I done zoned down. Can't walk, this a low mouth. I'm 44, I'm on another level with it. These niggas never listen, so I let the devil get his ass. I try to tell him, I'm a rebel nigga. Better be careful if you ever think I'm stepping in my path. Cause it ain't no game. Stay in your lane, now I'm playing twisted metal with his ass. Got it off the top. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Revenge to my main bitch, I think I got a crush. And she know that I got some sick shit inside me. But you know it's ISUPK versus everybody. Got the top, move the buttons like he Teddy Riley. Now I race through the track like a Ricky Bobby. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Gotta keep it with me, it's a must. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West, nigga, hush.
You heard what he said. If it ain't one West, nigga, hush. Watch your goddamn mouth, man. We ain't the same. We not the same. We'll never be the same. We react different. We live different. And we're gonna keep on pushing this truth until your house shall return, sucker. And y'all niggas out there, y'all lukewarm. Y'all can never be us. Cause we hot. Burning hot. Let's get it. Hold on 1 second, man. Let's take it down to Texas real quick, man. One West for Universal. Let's talk to him.
When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned as cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned as cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. In this nation, my skin is my sin, a menace to society. Laws made because they feel the greatness inside of it. Crackhead on the corner can sing like Ryan Osley, and we run from the cops like track meets the irony. Cause every nigga in the Olympics straight out the hood, and we get where we come from when it's all good. $1 million slave with survivor remorse, that's textbook. Looks divide and conquer, inspire others to work harder for minimum wage. To shine like you on center page. Welcome to the rat race. Now you a spring, you look down on those can keep your pace. These young bulls is Lazarus, the man in the mirror looking you in the face. You reap what you sow, the fruit will grow from every tree, that's how you know. Friend from foe, that set the triangle, pass the time like the rock and give and go. You either build or destroy, make your choice, bro. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned as cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned as cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box of sin. All these atrocities in my isosceles cause animosity when hope is a limited commodity. Rats in the race of opportunity with success rates. It's a low probability. I mean they build a prison before we even leave elementary. And Christianity got our people retarded spiritually. I mean seriously. You're gonna be in heaven with those that committed genocide on your ancestry. I'd rather be in hell with at least you know your enemy. Make it make sense to me. But you got natives in your blood and celebrate Thanksgiving. Work you like a Hebrew slave and won't entertain the simple possibility that you is you. Simply, in reality, they call you anti-Semitic, the viscosity of a carbon copy, the shame, originality. The kingdom of heaven is within. We just saw the earth, the children of God. When I roll around my city, all I see is our sin. The product of the environment we was raised in. You see, hell is conditioned as cell made by men. The choices that we make, that box is sin. When I
All right, Shalom Israel. Y'all about to be outside my thumb to the brothers. Y'all small. I thought about to be outside to the sisters. ISUPK Milwaukee. And we are the Israelite School University Practical Knowledge Establishing 1969, 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We're led by Commanding General Yana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. There's no paying ties, man. That's right. We are here live. ISUPK Milwaukee, the LASHAWAN, QADASH, the Hebrew language class. What we're going to get into real quick, just because again we got a couple new additions to the class live. We're going to get into the alphabet and character recognition, just to get more familiar when we're reading it in the Assyrian script, because predominantly that's what you're going to see in all the modern texts. But we're still going to try to match it up parallel with the Paleo, so that we're still in touch with the roots. So. Real quick, we had started off with each of these classes. It was reciting the last one. QADASH, get it, Pop?
Shalakia, we was dot. We was working on the dot.
We're gonna pick back up on that, but just to run down the alphabet, make sure that again everybody can pronounce it. Well, pronounce the alphabet.
Abagada, Awasa, Taya, Kalamanasa, Ipatasa, Warashata.
Can you do that?
Abagada, Hawa, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Taza, Sa,
You got 7.
Sa, Na.
You already did none.
Oh, okay. Na. Ah.
Sa, I.
Taza. That's Taza. Qua. That's all I know.
After Sa, I. Pa. Then Taza. Then Qua. And then Rashata.
Okay.
Who's confident in writing it out in the theory? And again, everybody's penmanship is going to be slightly different from the next person, but generally we're going to all be in the relative same wheelhouse here. This will just be for us right now. Okay, people on the screen. And in a second, they can when I jump back in, we'll make it bigger, but just for his. And while you're at home, you can play along also, win some fun prizes. But it's important to get into the habit of the Assyrian and the Paleo so that we have both understood when we get approached with it. It won't seem as foreign to us. Everybody's going to struggle a bit in the beginning, just as with any new thing they can study. But the character recognition is going to be very important. Again, when we're reading in the Assyrian script, placement, and this also will give us a leg up on identifying the root word in contrast to with the damn, what's the word I'm looking for now? Now I'm stuck. The prepositions, like the root word in contrast to the preposition and the possessive, or if it's plural, or if it's the inference is male or female. And a lot of times in that consideration, you wouldn't want to think of it so much strictly as in male or female unless we're speaking to a specific audience. And the audience is men, and we're addressing them with the masculine adage to it, the appropriate composition that we would address men with, as we would with the sisters. But when you're thinking of just about basic words, and if they have a male or a female inference, you want to think of them along the lines of dominant or subjective. So the male terms are going to be the dominant. The female terms are going to be the subjective. Because you might have, let's wonder if I can find a quick example. Can never find it right away when you need it. Which is why preparation is always important. For anybody looking to teach classes in your zone, it's good to have an outline of what you plan on doing, but then some things might pop up on the fly. You might get inspired to switch lanes for a second. But there might be some words that have a female possessive to it, or even a feminine quality about it, but that doesn't make it just exclusive. It's like that would not be mine. Actually, in between here, we need the other cup. You got the cup, you need the cup. And then no one that doesn't get fixed. That's not important. Oh, that just looks, I guess, more like thigh, but we'll see how you do that too. But yeah, in between here, you that cup. Between the line and the gap. Oh. How about that? That sound okay. Okay. Repetition. After the cod, it's a lot. Just fix those ones underneath it too. You got to get serious over here. But cod, lot, fix these. Correspond. That's a lot, not a lot.
That I'm not sure what you're talking about because
That's lock, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? Yeah, sentence structure, the composition of words. Again, a lot of words, compound words, they're going to be concepts. They're going to be full thoughts in just a few syllables. Which is why when we see, you're going to see more English words than Hebrew words when you're breaking it all down.
You will set them. I don't want.
Lacombe, if you could, you got blue letter pulled up on there? You could pull up the blue letter. What am I looking for? I'm not from the south. Oh, you're from the south. That's not the right character for it, though. That's not the right character. The south. Pull up Psalms 83, please.
So this one, this one.
So, I need the pa in there. Kalamana sa I pa. Instead of the qua. No, keep that. Good. Oh, yeah. Put the pa there. Yep. So Psalms 83, if you could look at it. There was when I was going over Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, there was one sentence or one verse in particular that like everything was like topsy turvy. I mean everything was like it felt backwards. Because the way that it would look, the way that it's spelled out, the way that it would be presented in English is very different than how it was presented and delivered in the LASHAWAN QADASH. So again, I always kind of compare it to Spanish, where you might have some of the subject matter in the beginning of the sentence in Spanish, but when you read it in English, that part doesn't come until afterwards. And then there are some words that are included as prepositions. So again, you might see like a phrase like if you could pull up verse 10, and then open up the interlinear. All right, so the sa So the side is gonna be something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Pie.
Yeah.
That's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly.
But I know it, man.
But so now, does that ring a bell for the rest of these?
No, because the rest of these, this,
Pie, qua, ra,
okay.
sha.
Yeah.
And then, now, this is why I was saying about your thigh.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of got that kick.
We are making it into
Everybody's penmanship is going to be a little bit better than the next person, but we're going to be relatively in the same zone. I know what you're getting at. I'm not going to erase it because I don't think it was, good. He's not exactly wrong. Hey, we got Arnold Maccabi in the house. Y'all want to see some of the Let's keep the laughter down to a minimum, please. Bob the shot. All right, real quick, until Rabat comes back, if you could open that up. So verse 10. So now you're going to see in the English, it's going to want to say which perished. In the Hebrew, it's just going to give you Nashamadu. And that's gonna include the preposition. It's gonna include the preposition in that same word. So perish would be demad. And then you got,
I believe I forgot two words.
so like we can go back to the screen. I guess on top of that, there are a couple characters on here that take on a different form at the end of a word.
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
No.
So you got ka. And again, that's just, if you see this next to its normal, no. It's more like the dot is taller.
Yeah.
But like, on a piece of paper, like a lined piece of paper, it's going to be taller than the rest of the characters. Now, this is an exaggeration, of course. In the actual script, it might only be that big of a difference. But if you were to see this next to the dot, they're going to be real close together. But again, you're never going to see that in the beginning of the word or in the middle. That's all going to come at the end. But we got the ka that takes on a different form. We got the ma that takes on a different form. Well, this is what you had going on here, which I would recognize that as the ma, but that might be, might throw some other people off. But it's going to look like this at the end of the word. The na is going to look like that at the end of the word. So the na and the wa are going to be similar. In that profile, they're both going to be real thin. Just the na is going to be taller. And again, you're only ever going to see these at the end of the word. The pa is going to take on a different form. And again, this one's going to be taller also. This is going to be about the regular size of everything else. But Tazah is going to take on a different form. I always mess myself up if it goes left or right. Trooper, do you want to answer that? The Tazah, when it takes on that different form at the end of the word, is the longer leg on the left or the right side?
So it's word down.
Oh, yeah? You wrote down your note? Let's go find it in your notes now. Just message. Of course, I've got it, and I've got it somewhere in my notes too, but not with me. Because I'm so smart, I don't need them. So smart. But I believe it's going to fall, the longer arms should fall on that left side. Again, that's going to be taller than the rest of the characters. So there's 1, 2, 3, 5 characters that take on a different form at the end of the word. The top row, this is going to be in the beginning or in the middle. On the bottom row, this is going to be at the end. All right, Trooper, let's give you a go.
He should erase that stuff so he could.
You want me to write the same thing?
Yeah, you can come up here and say anything. We'll erase this. Just you can get in the practice of writing it out as well. So you can start off a little bit lower and you can print a little bit bigger.
I don't know.
Well, you're about to. Clap it up for you. All right, so in the Assyrian script, let's see the LASHAWAN QADASH. You gotta go that. Everybody's penmanship is going to be a little bit different than everybody else's, and that's okay. We're all generally going to be in the same area. We'll be able to read this, more or less. And we can always make any adjustments as we go. This is all about practice. It's all about repetition. And if you don't think that you know any confidently enough to write them out, that's fine. You can skip and we can come back to it.
So like my handwriting used to be decent, but
Can I let you in on a secret? No, it was never. I'm trying my best too to write neat with this stuff. Otherwise, my normal penmanship is pretty garbage when I'm going fast.
but I learned that when I was a kid.
Right. And now we also grew up with cursive.
Yeah.
These niggas don't know nothing about that. When we can write something in cursive, it'll look like code to them.
Shalaki, I want to let David
That's big. If anything, if you wanted to put these out first in the correct order and then come back to these, that's fine too. You just did them. I know, so just get them in the proper order first, and then we can come back to these. I think you might end up knowing some of them. Give it a little bit more space. You make it a little bit bigger than that. We got 8 foot order here.
You laughing, McCullough?
He's not laughing at his own son live on YouTube.
Yeah. He might.
He's ranking in R&B. You homework, huh? That's a gem I just dropped. That's a jewel I just dropped. I don't know yet. Brother's very talented, though. Brother's very talented, man. And that's one thing that I love about the truth is how it'll take your traits, take your best traits, take your best qualities, and amplify it, and put them to use, and put them to use with value. It's it's not just for a carnal, appreciation, aesthetics, feel good. It'll actually be put to use. Whereas this world, as we know, they're just going to use you. You can be put to use. You can be an asset to your people, or you can just get used up by your oppressor. And that's something that a city like Milwaukee struggles with. Milwaukee is talented. Milwaukee has some amazing artists, amazing doctors, lawyers, architects, construction workers, masons. But all of our efforts predominantly go to pushing our oppressors' nation. Where here we get the opportunity to, explore some of our talents and gifts, and then get introduced to different avenues, different genres that we might not have known that we were interested in, and excel, push the envelope. And again, we're going to see how the Assyrian isn't as pictographic as the Paleo. You're going to see some correlations, though, between the Assyrian and the Paleo presentation, how the characters are presented. And I see something. I got a question I got to ask a better man than me. If the characters that we see that do share some of the qualities with the pictographic language, if that's on purpose, if they were trying to hold on to some of that, as they could, or if that's coincidental. We don't do a whole lot of coincidences, though. So chances are that we're probably trying to hold on, to some of that culture when the written language was getting switched over under captivity. Right?
Shalaka, I don't want to.
Yeah. That is correct.
But
yeah, some of the critique.
No.
Yeah, tell that. Yeah. I'll let you know right now. I need his back. Now I feel like I got to double check. All right, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm always ready. I'm always ready. I invented being right. By the way. You're on the right track. He just doesn't know which way to go. Which one was it? Which one was it? so close. No, it was a 50-50 shot. It was 50-50. Yeah, the top right, like when you're putting that like wide down there, just it goes. Now we're gonna start opening up the classes with more of this too. It's the repetition. When we get done with this, we'll do the paleo as well. Been a while?
Yes.
Yeah. It really is. Just the English though. Just the English. He's been pretty consistent in the size of the Hebrew. Your shot was right. Again, everybody's handwriting, everybody's penmanship. You know, their own special little thing.
Awesome.
Not supposed to write. They were
You could have, but you got all this. You got all this space. Now, they don't necessarily need to see it out here, but you're never going to be able to come back to this on video. But this is more just for you, just for right now, right in front of you. You're at home, you'll have to check the same to follow along. But in the meantime, you can write it out as well. You can play along and see if your penmanship sucks. See if compare your penmanship to it and see if you get it right at word, if you know which ones take on a different form at the end of the word.
Oh, I know this one.
Back it up for the brother. Back it up for the brother. Doing good. Oh, there. On the top. The top. Ra. Shata.
This one.
Which one?
This one.
Yeah, that one just did backwards. The Ya, just like the karma. The Ha is the Ha, the Cha, and the Tha are all very similar in the sense of kind of just the overall look and shape that it has. There's just slight differences.
Is that
The Da and the Ra are very similar. So now you know the one's got a different form at the end of the word. There's 5 characters in the Assyrian script that take on a different form at the end of the word. There you go. And that's very much exaggerated. Because again, on a regular piece of paper, if you were to see those lines, and like next to its counterpart, its normal form of the guy, and this is a little rigid. It's a little rigid. The cow would be a little bit smoother. Be something more like that. In the script, in the actual book, if you were to see, these side by side, it's probably not even that much of a height difference. But I like to exaggerate on that a little bit more, just so that people get to the practice and to the comfort of that's going to be taller than the rest of the character. Is he going for the which one? Which one's he going to do? The Ma, all right, yeah, that is correct. And what form is he going to take? That's kind of what you have going on up here. think I see what you're getting at there, but it's a little bit too close to the other one. And then this is, I mean, that's I'm gonna just say that's just slap.
Mine was sloppy.
Yes, it was. That's correct. So we'll work on that. I think I see where you're going with this. We'll work on that as well. Keep going. You got, what is it? You got 3 more. You got. There you go. Again, I would smooth this out. Fair enough. The viewing audience, again, that is something else that would be a little bit higher than the rest of these. These are all going to be like the same height, except for the quad. The quad would actually take on that height difference just automatically with the rest of the characters. So if you had quad, or I'll mess it up myself because I'm that cool. Quad, Sha. Again, all of these are going to be the same, but that quad is going to sit a little bit taller than the rest. You want the next one? Yeah. It's the right one. What's it look like though? Yeah, I'll accept that. We got one more. Trying to help him out?
Yeah, but I can't help him out.
I'll let you know which one it is, and we'll see if you can remember what it's going to look like. It's going to it follows very much after this already. It is going to be taller. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. So the cloud's just going to be like that. The beginning, the middle. At the end, it's going to look something like that. All right, clap it up for the brother. Get these off the board. All right, we're going to do a quick pop quiz. Actually, no, we're going to do the paleo first, and then we're going to do the pop quiz. All right, Pop, would you like to step up for the paleo, or do you need to see it written out?
Yeah, I need to see it written out because.
Trooper? Yeah? Come on back up. Come on back up. Give it a shot. Explore the board a little bit more, too. You got room. You got room. There you go. Off to a good start. And you better know the first one too. His name. Better know the first one. And then you just went in a whole different direction. Why'd you make that one so small? That's it.
I forgot.
But all right. Now, I don't know if you're doing this. You know, none of these really have a height difference. These are all going to be the same height. Yeah. There you go.
He No, a little bit more than nothing.
And that is a bit of a lie because the ma and the na do add to that little swoop at the end. Normally in the script, yeah, that does come down a little bit below that line. I say he knows him by heart. So far, so good. Hey, shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Gary, Indiana. Shout out to Minnesota. All these brothers that come down around from the different some of the different Midwest zones. If you hold camp tomorrow here in Milwaukee, down on Brady Street, man.
Yeah.
Brady Street. Listen, Milwaukee's about to get a dose of some medicine that they were not anticipating this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, the weather's changing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be outside. COVID ended, so and that there's a big bar strip right there, big bar strip right there on Brady. And we are about to mess up everybody's afternoon.
Because they didn't know who the Hebrews are.
They do. Absolutely do. See. There you go. And then it went skirt. You see Rich? Get it, Rich. You get to it. Ain't got
He looks down at his phone and school crash.
Saw a video, dude sitting in his truck at the stoplight, minding his own business. Some punk kid going like 70 in a residential. Well, on the main street or some shit where you normally go maybe 40 tops. Going 70, 75. They said that she was looking at their phone too the whole time, and just the strength to that man's body, crazy. Says he knows it by heart, people. That's what he said. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a whole board. South Peace Officer 5000 Mile Bar, Louisiana is a major family. Princess Lazamana. Shout out to y'all, man. All right. Wow. You got three left. You don't remember what that side looked like? All right.
Oh, some credit. I don't want.
No. No. It's not. Doing good.
You know more than I do.
Great job. Great job. Everything looks like it's in the right order where it's supposed to be.
That's because
So he's just remembering what you forgot. You forgot it from him. It's teamwork. I like it.
That's right.
Now, if it helps at all, there are some words or some characters in the paleo that still look very similar to the Assyrian. Shah is one of them. There we go. All right. Shah. Let's get it. Let's get it. So I believe that it's what do they use it as? Like a signpost. The pictograph is like a signpost or a bamboo post. I'll give you a hint. Yep, that's all you get. That's almost half the battle right there. There you go. I'll give you another. Give you another. Okay, 2 hints. Use the eraser. I know. You youngsters. You're gonna wipe your hand. You want to eat a slice of pizza, wipe your hand in your hands. I know. We all did it. I'll give you another. It's not though. It looks like it's the same thing, but it's not. No, you did not. You got the first part right. That part's right. That is correct.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. All right,
That's right.
So again, the paleo being pictographic, there is no real height difference except for the ma and the na. If you were to look at the Dead Sea Scrolls where they had the paleo Hebrew still alive in it, you're going to see that these are you're going to see that they got more food in comparison in height versus the rest of the characters around it. All right. So now we're going to do a pop quiz. I wonder if they pop that on the mic. Pretty good mic here. I don't know. So I get to the man above me. That's the city you're coming to.
That's right.
Those were children. Those were children. All right. Let's see. All right. Rapak, come on up. You're going to be green, you're going to be red. I'm going to write the character in either the Assyrian or the Paleo, and you're going to give me its opposite in either the Assyrian or the Paleo. Again, everybody's penmanship is going to be a little bit different. John Gauss? Yeah, pick up. Well, we're all going to be kind of in the same neighborhood. Wow. Right on the side. Wow. Now, give me the Paleo-Hebrew equivalent of this Assyrian La. And actually, this is another character in the Paleo that would, or in the Assyrian, that would take on a height change from the rest of the characters. If you have the Da, and the Ba, for example, that La starts off higher, whereas a lot of the other characters end up dropping below the line. The La actually starts off higher than the rest. Give me the Paleo-Hebrew equivalent to the Assyrian script La. Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer was La. All right, it's okay. Erase that. Erase that. We'll move on to the next one. We're going to do maybe 5 apiece real quick. All right. Now, first, do you know what character that is in the family? Or should have
No, that's in Syria.
That's Paleo. And I should have asked you first if this is Paleo or Syrian.
Oh,
That's going to be next. That's going to be part of the pop quiz as well.
Oh,
Which one do you think this is?
is Qua or that's the Qua.
This is the Tazak. It's all right. It's all right. Erase that.
But
This is the Assyrian Qua. This is the Assyrian Qua. Now, this is the Paleo Tazak, so we are in need of the Assyrian Tazak on this side.
no,
Let's give that a shot.
Syrian.
I'll accept one of two forms or both. Let's give you a hint right there.
Okay.
There we go. That's it. All right, erase these. Or would have been that. Either or both would have been acceptable. All right, let's throw a curveball at you. Is that Paleo or Assyrian?
That is Syria.
That is Paleo.
So, that is Paleo.
That is the Paleo.
And the Syrian has to be.
You know what character this is?
No.
Sa.
Sorry. Okay.
So the Assyrian Sa. It's like if you could, a little more coffee. No more sugar, but a little bit. Good job. La, that is the I. That would be the Assyrian I. One more chance.
No.
One more chance.
That's just the Sa, right?
That is the Sa. In failure, we need the Assyrian Sa.
Oh.
There we go. Easy. All right. Now,
That is the.
is this Paleo or Assyrian?
That is
Yeah.
Syria.
That is the Assyrian, and that is the correct one. That is the Yah. or the yard.
And
Where is that door? You got it. Yeah. Now it comes to you. All right, we need one more. We'll bring the trooper up.
man.
All right, listen, we got every Friday. Man. We got daily $20, so we got every Friday for sure. All right, what are we gonna throw at him? What are we gonna throw at him? Just because he did this, I'm gonna do it too now. Is that paleo or is that Assyrian? That is Assyrian. Which one? Which one? Paleo. I'm gonna give you a hint.
I don't know. Mom.
No, it's not the mob. Qua. That is the qua. That is correct. Now, what is the paleo? Paleo character. What's the paleo qua look like? It's not far off from this. And it's, I think even well, let's wait. Close. We actually got these backwards. That's the tazah. When I wrote the tazah earlier, you gave me this. Yeah, that's why I threw this up there. Which is kind of weird how that is close to the tazah right there. Yeah. Oh, I think he's got it. I think he's nope. That looks like you're going for the side.
But
Or
that is
that could be a home side board.
that is Hebrew language.
What character are you going for there? That looks like it could be the Assyrian or the Paleo, the Assyrian side or the Paleo eye. You're going for eye? All right. So you're in the right genre. You're in the right genre of Paleo. But I need the qua version, not the eye version. The eye version would have been this. Yeah. I knew that was going to hit you. And actually, I believe this is another one that does actually have kind of a height difference in the Paleo. If you were to see, it around other characters, they normally can see a lot smaller than that, but it drops down.
Yeah, that drops up, down.
Yeah.
That's the only one that drops down.
The ma and the na do. Okay. All right, clap it up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. All right, this is where we're going first. Is this paleo or is that the Syrian? You sure? Okay. What's the equivalent in paleo? What is the paleo equivalent to that guy? Well, first off, what character is that? It is that character. That is correct. That is correct.
But if you want to say it was the character,
That is correct as well. That is so correct. You trying to throw him on the bus? He is ready. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see if you're paying attention. Is that paleo or Syrian? It's Syrian? I'm Syrian for what? All right. You got it? Okay. Okie dokie. Mike. Judge Mike. Judge Mike. Okay. What's it look like? That is what it looks like.
He got 3 for 3, dog. He won. He's
on it. He's on it. But what is that?
You know, all of the paleo Hebrew. So, what is that?
We did just go over. We'll see how close you are. See how close. I'll take 1 of 3 answers. It's 3 different ways you could answer this that I would accept. Got him stumped, Rapaz. Got him stumped.
But as long as he get 4 or 5, he plays. Make that person hard.
He said that's unacceptable. Though 4 out of 5. I said that is cool. What's he doing? What's he gonna do? Yeah, I mean, more or less. I'll take that. That's a little wild, but I'll accept it.
And
there you go.
Yeah.
Now give me the other form of it too. That's weird. Yeah, whatever is comfortable for you. There we go. One more. What are we gonna do here? Let's go in this direction. Is that paleo or is that Syrian? Syrian. That's correct. Which one is it? Oh, he's got that right. And it's the mile. That is correct. It might be a little wild. Okay. Let's see how fancy it gets.
No, that's
Right. Yeah.
That's either the son or the Tazan or
Got a trick third eye. option, which is correct. This is a mind. No, this is the Ethereum.
Oh,
You need to go to the failure, yeah. I see where you're going though with the eraser, man. There we go. Good job, good job. No, all right, so, and again, everybody's penmanship is gonna be a little bit different, but the way that I write these series scripts, so that's the side. That's the mind in this form.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be
That's a theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So write it in Hebrew. I mean, thank you. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Big facts. I ordered off of Amazon facts, man. Like, grounded.
Hold
I got a family size. I ordered one for each of you.
Look.
One second.
See, it's the height. Yeah. But this,
I don't do that.
this is the sign.
Yeah, it is the side.
It is
Yeah, in the Syrian. That'd be the side in the Syrian.
a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see the eye. Yeah. Yeah. A couple times. But so you got the name. Yeah, I got at least down bad enough to do this with you.
See, that's why you the Ottawa and I was the teacher. I mean, you the Ottawa SAS teacher, and I'm the student SAS.
Listen, whenever anybody's ready to take this office, man, you got this flex. I'm just here to fill my time for right now. There's still a lot that I had to learn about this as well. To where we get this nice and smooth, nice and fluent. Building the sentence structure and like the word composition, that's some of the harder parts. But I'm getting more of a grasp on being able to identify where if it's a root word in itself, or if we're looking at something that has, prepositions included. What's a good example? Oh, that's not going to be in here. Oh, yeah, I guess that's kind of good. Just for a quick little example. Anybody know what this is? Oh, one second. OCD. Again, everybody thinks it to be a little bit different. You got all the characters, but this is an actual word. Oh, it's the word. Well, now, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'll go back.
You thought that was what?
So which one is connected and which one separate, and guess the word.
So now again, this is the Assyrian script, just for the audience at home. Normally we do not do the connecting or independent parts with the Assyrian script, but just for Rupa, because he's our guy.
Yeah. So. Hasha. But not. Hasha, but not.
Where do you see the 9 here?
But. Hasha, but. God.
Not pronounce it.
Hashabana.
You're still throwing the 9 here. You know what?
Hasha. But. Because that was.
Yeah.
All
right.
Hasha. Hasha. Ba.
There we go. Hashabah. Now, what is that? So now when we're reading it, being able to pick up on what's a preposition, what's a possessive, where the root is, because there's about, and we'll get more into this, but there's was it like 3 parts of a word. And in this case, we're going to be observing 2. Joker? It sounds a lot like it. So what is it? It isn't Sabbath. This is talking about the Sabbath. So now with this, the preposition, Shabbat. So we got Sabbath. Ha, in this form, when it comes in the beginning of that word, is the. So it's referring to the. And again, this is the English equivalent that we're going for. So Hashtabah, the Sabbath. So again, we've got a compound word. Well, maybe I don't want to say compound word, but this one word that will get pronounced together to the equivalent of these 2 words. So just getting, building up that skill set of recognizing where the root word is, if it has a prefix or a preposition. If it has a possessive.
I should have known that.
You should. I'm going to I got you. I'm never going to let you miss out. Well, what's today's date? 5/2. We're going to listen. 5/2. That's what happened. Let's see if we can find another quick example here.
And I forgot to sound it out too. Man, I forgot to sound it out. Dang, Lord. Now I feel bad.
Listen, and I'm never going to let you forget it either. Because I care. I care about your education. I'm never going to let you forget it. Malwa can't even speak English yet, but he's going to know that on May 2nd, we're finding out. You know all about it. This is going to be legendary. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to celebrate it next year, too.
So lucky,
One more word that I want to pull up real quick. Let's see if it's going to be in that form.
But I didn't know the meaning of the word because it said the first word was the
Right.
I didn't know what that means, but I could figure out the silent, but I didn't know what it means.
I understand.
You still got back funny, right?
I think I'm gonna have my mother crochet something. Just for this. It's gonna be in the Greek. You know, and that's something else that I'm gonna see about moving into later on in the future is tying in the Greek into some of this too. There's somebody now? That's north side.
He said, no, side. Yeah, that definitely is the north side. It's from North Avenue to Burlock. It's from 43rd to 27th. Is nothing but gunshots.
We are. This is, you know, this is almost our equivalent of Chicago. We're first on 79.
Yeah. And then it happened on the south side too. That's where the Black Kings and the Cobras we shooting at each other. The GDs and the Baltimore we shooting at on the north side, and the Latin Kings and the Cobras we shooting on the south side. Mm-hmm. Boy, and we need to Shalaki, I don't know. We need to stop doing each other and do, if you back, do it like the police.
No, that would be a fruitless expedition.
But if you back, you knock it out.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know, people are so we're very quick to be violent towards one another, and nobody wants to go to war. Yeah. I completely get where you're coming from with that. And it'd be why don't you think they would cross that bridge?
Because right there.
Yeah. And why do you think it's so easy for them to make that choice to be violent amongst each other?
Because against each other, it has no military combat.
Yeah, there's no reprisal for it. There's no authority. The only authority that you can appeal to is our oppressor, and they are fine with that.
Yes,
they're cool with the violence, absolutely. Yeah, so they might arrest them, they might send a squad down the road.
And that gonna come like an hour or two later.
Yeah. You know, if they get to lock somebody up tonight as a result of it, you know, that's fine with them. If they actually stop the crime in the neighborhood, you know, that would hurt their pockets. They don't want that. They got to keep their mouths too much. So like we are at about 40 time. We will get to the rest of the next week then. All right, so join us next Friday. We started a little bit late today. So Lakia getting in. So normally 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time in the Midwest. You've got all different zones from the East Coast to the West Coast, the UK, You know, the brother officer, Raul out there, teaches a hell of a class. Alan has a hub in headquarters in New York. Marab, Texas. The brothers out there. You know, they've got great classes going on all across the board. So in your respective time zones, or even if you want to look into the archives, you know, you can pick up different lessons, different topics from all over the place. We're starting to rev this up a little bit more in Milwaukee. So join us next Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. ISUPK.com. We're going to be down on Brady Street tomorrow after the Sabbath service, which is actually going to start early because we got the major council. Yeah. So we're going to be here from 7 to 9 a.m. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's going to be Sabbath service in Milwaukee. So anybody that would like to stop by, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian on your father's side, you are more than welcome to come into these doors. Otherwise, yeah, come check us out on Brady Street, man. With that, we can close out. Shalom. Y'all about to thumb to the brothers. Y'all to the sisters. We out. Yeah.